What is up, YouTube? Josh here with GamePlayersRUs, back with another gaming grabs video. I believe it's 71 now, maybe? Anyways, got some really interesting stuff to show you, but probably one of the best pickup videos I've had in a long time. So I really hope you guys will appreciate all of the stuff that I have to show you. I found some games in some pretty odd places this week. I'm going to start off with one area that yeah, I went there to get some stuff for my car, and I think it was my car. And anyways, that place was Canadian Tire of all places, and happened to go past their multimedia section, which they don't have a big one. It's just kind of two stands in the middle of an aisle. So I had a look there, and I found they had a bunch of games there that were really cheap. So I found two there that I was pretty interested in. These have been drastically reduced in price, so I just couldn't leave them sitting there. The first one that I picked up is Sean Palmer's Pro Snowboarder on the Game Boy Advance, and this thing is still sealed, which is pretty crazy. You can see the price there says $243 or something like that on there. Hopefully you can see that. Did not pay that for this. This came up to, or when I took it to the checkout, it scanned through as 93 cents. So couldn't believe that when it came through. It's so strange finding Game Boy Advance games out in the wild that I just had to pick it up. And the other one I picked up from there is a game called Shepherd's Crossing on the PSP. You can see it was originally priced at $9 and then marked down to $4.93, something like that. Anyways, this came up as $2 and some cents, so everything was really cheap. This is essentially like Harvest Moon on the PSP for Sony devices, so pretty interested to try that out. You can see it was sealed, but all the sealing's coming off. I'm just gonna rip all that off anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So, but really strange to find games at like an auto store, essentially. I know Canadian Tire is kind of becoming like the Walmart of Canada, but still pretty cool. Next, I decided to hit up some EB Games after work one day. Been a long day at work, so I figured I would just go out and see what I could find, and I'm so glad I did, because I had probably one of the best thrift days ever in such a long time. But anyways, first I hit up the EB Games and picked up a few games there. I've seen a few people pick this game up recently, and it's kind of piqued my interest in it. I know Canadian Retro is a huge fan of this series, and I've been wanting to try it out. And it's Deception 4 Blood Ties for the PS3. You can see what I did pay there. I did pay $25 for this, which I think is still totally worth it. So yeah, one day I'll get around to playing that. And the real reason I went in was to try to find a copy of this game, and that's Puppeteer on the PS3. You can see the price there says $39.99. I did not pay near that for this. This was $10 brand new, which was totally worth it. It's one of those games that I think is going to be hard to find in the future, so I wanted to try to find a copy of it while I could. Really interesting kind of platformer game. I can't even describe it. It just, the art style looks so cool, and I just can't wait to get into it and actually play it. So, but really happy to get that, especially for 10 bucks brand new. So, as I was checking out, I saw these kind of behind the counter, and there were 6 of them. So I grabbed 2 of them while I could, and these aren't rare now, I don't think. They're kind of, well, they might be a little obscure, but around here everyone's picking them up now, so it's not a big deal. And it is the GameCube controller adapters for the Wii U. I did pay retail for these, so nothing big. You're probably asking, Josh, why are you picking up 2? You could sell one on eBay and make hundreds of dollars. Yeah, I could if I wanted to. I didn't buy any of these to sell. I'm buying these to keep for myself, because at some point I will have Smash Bros. And my house is where everyone comes to play games, so if we want to have 8-player Smash, this is the only way I can do it. So yeah, hopefully at some point I'll get that around to getting Smash Bros. But happy to get those, couldn't leave them behind. And then after that I decided I had to go to Dollarama to pick up some stuff. And again, found a game at Dollarama. It's kind of another one of those weird spots that you never go for games, but you just happen to find them. So there's a quick tip. If you're ever in Dollarama, just look at their multimedia section. You never know what you're going to find. Anyways, it's nothing special. It's Automedia's excellent. on the PS or on the Xbox 360. It's only $3. You can see it right there. That side. There you go. That side. And I already have this game, so not really going to keep it. But I figured for $3 I couldn't let it sit there. I can use it for trade bait at some point, and or maybe just keep it sealed for one day when it becomes super ultra rare, and I can sell it for hundreds of dollars. That's my tagline apparently. But yeah, that was it from well, not it essentially, but that was it for that one day. The next day I did go out to the thrift stores. Actually, no, this was the same day. I went to some thrift stores, and man, I hit it big. I had such a great thrift day. Went to the Value Village, and I found a couple of games. First thing I found was a clear Game Boy Advance, which is in pretty nice system, or nice shape. This screen is a little bit scratched, but I did buff it out as best as I could, and it was pretty good. It comes with the battery cover on the back, and it's no corrosion. Now, it was $10, as you can see there, which was a little bit on the pricey side, but I picked up a few more things, and I also had a 30% off coupon, so I think it was a total no-brainer. Now, the reason I picked this up is because I do plan on modding this one. I could obviously sell it and make some money back, but I actually really prefer this design for the Game Boy Advance, so I want to actually mod this and put in an AGS 101 screen into it and have it backlit, just because I find the SP is a little cramped for me, and this is the one I grew up playing, so this is kind of the version I want to play, but I want to have a backlit screen. So gonna take a bit of work to get that all sorted out, but I think it's totally gonna be worth it in the end. Next, I picked up a PC game, and I don't normally pick up PC games, but I have to recoup some costs again somehow, and I saw this one, and I know it sells for quite a bit of money on eBay, so it's the only reason I picked it up. And it's the Battle for Middle-earth 2, Lord of the Rings, on the PC. Again, worth a decent amount of money, so figured I'd pick it up. They were only asking $2.99 on it. Could not pass it up, and this essentially paid for most of all of my stuff this week, so couldn't leave that there. And then I also picked up a copy of Harvest Moon: Save the Homeland on PS2, which is amazing. And again, they only wanted $2.99 for that. Couldn't pass it up. It's strange because other games there are priced at like $5-6, and then randomly some are priced at $2.99. I couldn't believe it. So inside that, behind the disc actually was a copy of Legend of Dragoon. Looks like the greatest hits copy for PS1. It's only disc 1, but that's probably the one everyone's looking for because that's usually the one that gets lost or given away with the system. So I'm just gonna put that up on eBay again and recoup some costs on that. So really good day. Now I went to another Value Village and probably found one of the most interesting finds that I've ever had, and probably one of the best finds I've ever had. It's on the floor here, so give me 1 second to grab it. This isn't something I ever expected to find at a Value Village, and anyways, here it is. It's a Mac Mini. Yeah, couldn't believe it. This isn't the Core 2 Duo or the Core Duo model, it's just a 1.5, Intel 1.5. But still really cool. The best part about this though is that it was only priced at $6.99, which is amazing. And the clincher on that is it also came with a power cord, which if it didn't come with this would have made it not worth it, because this alone would have been a few dollars anyway to pick up a new one of those, or even a used one. So to pick up both of those for $6.99 is amazing. I honestly couldn't believe it. I do have to get a few connector cables and things like that to make this work. I did plug it in the store and it did turn on and boot up, but I don't exactly know what the output is and what the condition of the components inside are, and I won't know that until my connector cables shows up from eBay, but hopefully it'll show up next week, and I'll be able to give you guys an update on that. But really happy to get that. Next is a bit of a funny story. This is just kind of a memory lapse on my part and kind of my fault. as many of you know, or I've said, that I've posted stuff on eBay to sell to recoup some costs, so anytime I can pick something up and put it on there, I will. Recently I've also started selling things on Amazon, and I made the mistake of cross-listing things on something on eBay and on Amazon, which was fine. You know, it sold on eBay no problem, until one morning I woke up and noticed that the same item had sold on Amazon because I had forgotten to remove the listing. Now, what do you do in this situation? You can either be like me and freak out and not know what to do. I did manage to get on Kijiji and find a copy of this game really, really cheap for $5, and I went to go and get it, but everything fell through and the guy just didn't get back to me, and then he had to leave out. He had to go to town to get for work or whatever, so I just never got the game from him. So I ended up sending off my own copy of this game to the Amazon buyer just to fulfill that order, and then this past week this other Kijiji guy got back to me to buy this game off of him for $5, so couldn't be happier. And it is nothing special, just Wii Sports, the cardboard edition. This is one of those games, again, if you can pick it up for cheap at Thrift or even Kijiji, just pick it up, put it up on eBay, put it up on Amazon, you'll make a decent amount of money on it, and you can even do free shipping. It's not going to cost you anything to ship it. So another quick tip. Went out again to the thrift shops the other day and came across two items that I was really interested in. The first one is I have a copy of this, so this is a double for me. It's another copy of Invasion from Beyond for the PS1, which is a really cool, like, B-movie horror space invasion type game. Looks really cool. It runs at 50 frames per second on the PS1, which is kind of unheard of, which makes it really cool. Now, I did have to replace this case because as I was buying a couple items from there, this slipped out of my hand and just smashed the case on the ground. Luckily, the disc is still mint. It didn't fall out, but the case definitely just cracked all over the place. So brought it home and replaced the case, and this was marked at $2.99, which was, I think, totally worth it, and that will just be up for sale or trade. I'll probably trade it. This is probably one of the more expensive things that I bought this week, just because of where it's from Value Village, same time as I bought Invasion from Beyond, and it is Resident Evil 0 for the GameCube. I couldn't pass it up. I was talking to one of the guys at behind the counter who's also kind of into video games. We were talking about it. He pulled it out from behind the counter, and he opened it up. We checked the discs, and they look absolutely mint. They don't look like they've ever been played. Unfortunately, it doesn't come with a manual. Not a huge deal. The only part that is kind of a big deal is that it was $14.99, so it's $15 for this, which is probably about what it goes for. There's no deal to be had on this one, but they all can't be winners. But this is one I have been looking for, and I would have probably spent the same amount at a game shop or on eBay to get it. So either way, I'm happy to have it. And from the amount that I've saved on other things this week, it's whatever, you know. From eBay, this came in the mail yesterday, and it is Infamous 2 collection disc, so I can finally complete my Infamous collection that EB Games screwed me on. They sell it as Infamous only and not Infamous 2. It's kind of stupid in that way. I don't understand it. Anyways, I haven't even opened this to look at it. The disc is absolutely mint on it. There's nothing on that. So here we go. That is now complete. Now I have the Infamous collection. Good to go. Throw that on the shelf. Awesome. Now the last two things that I have to show you today are from another area or another store that you would not think to look at to go for games. Pretty interesting what I got. I went to just see what they had. Was in the area, so decided just to stop in and see what they had. The first thing I picked up isn't game related, but it is kind of, and it is Resident Evil, the High Definition Collection, or the High Definition Trilogy on Blu-ray, and you can see I spent $10 on that, which I think is totally worth it. I originally had these on DVDs, but for $10 to upgrade all three of them, I think is a steal. So happy to get that, and these are actually the best three. I like all three of them. I don't have any problem with them really. So the other ones, yeah, not so much, but these three I do like. So happy to have that on Blu-ray. And this was the main reason I went. It is Batman Arkham City Collector's Edition for the Xbox 360. Now the price on here says $29.99. When I went up to the counter and they scanned this in, it came up as $19.99. So I only spent $20 on this, which is an absolute steal. I cannot believe I got this for 20 bucks. This is my favorite Batman game, probably from last generation, probably of all time, until Arkham Knight comes out. Cannot wait to put this up on the shelf. I am going to open it. I'm not going to keep it sealed. That's not my thing. But really happy to get this. It comes with a Blu-ray, Batman Gotham Knight animated movie included inside on Blu-ray. So there you go. And that statue I think looks really sweet. So yeah, I can put that up beside my Aliens figure. Over here. There. Until I can edit my game room or change my game room in a way where I can display more statues. So I'm really getting into the collector's editions and finding statues and things like that. I think it's really cool. So yeah, that is it. Thank you very much everyone for sticking around and watching the whole video, and I will see you guys on the next one. Take her easy.